and running his motor and not stopping until Pa woke up sputtering. Pa was so relieved to be alive that he gave that dragonfly a wet kiss on the lips before grabbing baby Sam and retreating to the roof to keep from drowning. That dragonfly had been a miracle, a godsend, a big fat megadose of good luck. Sam didn't believe that Pa had actually kissed the dragonfly on the lips. Not really. But he believed the rest of it. Maybe even the part about dragonflies being good luck. A little bit. Sort of. Okay, not so much. He let out his breath nice and slow so as not to startle the dragonfly, and then drew in a bellyful of fresh air. The dragonfly shifted again and twittered its wings but didn't fly away. He looked out at the misty swamp that snaked around the tiny white house on stilts like a cottonmouth squeezing its prey. Shimmery blue and green dragonflies danced on the still water, touching down just long enough to wet their toes. Pa always said they reminded him of tiny helicopters dropping in to deliver supplies, but Sam thought they looked more like ghosts, especially when the light was just right and their wings glowed like clear sheets of paper ringed with spidery bones. He listened to the water, lapping at the wooden poles that held up the dock. Once in a while it reached so high that it tickled the tips of his sneakers, which were currently dangling off the edge. He imagined Pa beside him, holding his fishing rod, just like this was any other day and not Sam's last. He touched the can of orange crush sitting next to him, in honor of Pa, but didn't take a drink. He hadn't even opened it. After a while, he closed his eyes. Behind his eyelids, he saw swamp monsters licking the poles clean with their long, slimy tongues. He saw the ghost of St. George himself, as in Bayou St. George, the name of his hometown, battling a dragon with 3 heads and rusty nails for teeth. He saw all the larger-than-life moments from Pa's stories, swirling in the murky water, sinking deeper and deeper into the shadows. And he saw Pa holding a flashlight to his face, eyes sparkling with mischief. Would he still see Pa when his grape soda aunt drove him to a grape soda city in a whole other grape soda state? Grape soda was the word Pa always used when Sam was around and he was trying not to cuss, since grape soda was the Voldemort of the soda world and the arch-nemesis of his favorite soda, Orange Crush. Would he still remember Pa's stories? Would he close his eyes and see his face? He thought back to all those nights sitting on the dock with Pa, watching the lightning bugs twinkle over the green, glassy water, Sam fishing or doing his homework, Pa scribbling down stories in one of his beat-up notebooks. Sam wished he could go back and make those nights stretch on forever. Just him and Pa and an entire case of Orange Crush. Pa liked it warm, because he said it tasted like syrup, and Sam liked listening to Pa's stories that continued on long into the night, and he liked the chorus of bullfrogs and cicadas that served as accompaniment, and he even liked a warm Orange Crush from time to time, even though to him tasting like syrup wasn't all that great. Every once in a while, when Pa was regaling Sam with yet another tale, he'd pass the flashlight over and say, "Go on, you finish it." And he'd offer up his famous gator smile. He called it his gator smile because he'd gotten his 2 front teeth knocked out by a baby gator back when he used to run boat tours up and down the swamp. Those were different from his other missing teeth, which were down to Bobby Joe's pet raccoon. "You can do it. Use your imagination," Pa would say. And so Sam would take the flashlight and shine it on his face. But no matter how hard he tried, he could never find the words to make a good story. He was better at sitting back and listening than coming up with the words himself. He let out another breath, and the dragonfly shivered on his arm, but, believe it or not, it still didn't let go. He wondered how long it would hang on before it got an itch and decided to fly away back home. Was it really passing on some much-needed good luck?